Welcome back to Grand Pulse Season 1, Session 13. Last time, in the last week, power started to flicker and then eventually went out. Academia has officially cut off power to the outer part of the city from their power supply, dividing them into two layers of the city, letting them fend for themselves for power. Maya offered you guys a quest to restart the hydropower plant outside the city. You were able to turn on and repair 3 of the 4 power platforms, as well as take out a large sea serpent. Though the sea serpent wasn't that much of a challenge, it decimated the tank's constitution. Alright guys, as the sea serpent just sinks into the ocean, or into the lake, we start off with you guys.
Alright. So, one more to go, huh?
You might want to heal up before you guys go, and you also leveled up recently, too.
Yes. You said the tanks were decimated. Like...
He looks like, well...
Oh, our teammates.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you meant, like, the tubes in the hydro-powered...
Well, your tank
machine.
was very muscular before, but with all of his armor, you can't tell that he's, very thinned out.
Are we talking about the robot one?
Yes. He's looking
Because
a little, less, upgraded, if you would.
I remember
Oh.
he said that I can repair him to heal him. So if I go ahead and repair, you can get a super low roll. He heals by 8.
Yes, but he was at full hit points to begin with.
Oh. I
His
thought you said he wasn't looking...
No. He looks fully healed. He's just at,
looks sickly.
he looks...
Pick up.
Oh.
He looks like a computer nerd right now.
I know I got it in here somewhere. Hold on, look. There it is.
He's taking damage to his constitution.
Try one of these. I hand him a Koopa nut.
What's that? Never heard of that before.
Heals, I believe. Restores 1d2 points of ability damage and 1d6 hit points.
For Moogles
Pretty
only.
incredible. For Moogles only.
Yes.
Obviously, it's a robot Moogle.
I don't know. Will
That
he-
is not
will
a-
it work? I don't know if it'll work for him.
He will graze if he does eat it. It tastes like shit and it doesn't work.
Damn it. Worth a try. I
Uh,
got craft electrical.
I don't know if there's anything that we can actually do to help this. Other than sleep.
we might have a better chance of trying to clear out the last plant and then returning ASAP.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
that's
think
it.
that might be the best decision, honestly. There's
Okay.
anything we can do.
If we can all funnel enemies in one way, I could probably handle the front lines.
You just gotta go about it smart.
Yeah.
To be honest, you haven't
So-
gone about it that smart yet.
We haven't.
I'll rummage around back in my pocket
I don't
again.
know what you're talking about. Let me just spam entanglement some more.
You've done that smart.
I thought that was pretty smart. Yeah.
You've actually done the most difficult one third. But you didn't know
okay.
the order, so. And also,
Well,
Pyrex
either
is
way.
on his last leg right now.
I rummage around in my pocket again. Come on, I know I got something.
I think we have regular potions in our party inventory.
It's all. Oh, 2 people are in your party inventory. You feel another hand.
Oh no!
What?
Can I use my class ability to
Make a
produce a
grapple
tier
check.
1 alchemical item.
Wait, what do you mean we feel another hand?
If two people are in the same communal bag of holding, you could feel another hand.
Oh, yes. I
Oh,
wasn't
oh
sure.
no.
Well,
Can I just grab it and just be like, hey, I'm just kidding.
Make a
Okay.
grapple check.
Oh, no, I'm good.
Please.
I'm good.
grab the hand, yank him through.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Now you're thinking with portals.
Well, it is an interdimensional space in a bag that you share together.
It basically can be.
All I'm hearing
You would just
is
have
that
to
if
leave
we
your
really
bag where
needed
it
to
is.
get out of a place, we sacrifice one of the bags of holding and jump through it.
Oh.
No, you would need someone on the other side of that bag.
That's
to be able to
fine.
pull you
I'm saying like if we're split up, that's one way to
Okay.
get the party back together.
through. That's true. But now some random person has your bag and access to all of our gear.
Do they though?
Do they though? I think so. That's the sad part.
It was me.
It was me,
But can I do that?
Dio. You see, I wrote it once.
Are you still rummaging around for that alchemical item?
Produce an ether. I drink it.
Oh, it's in my notebook.
Ooh, can I
that's-
get one of those? Wrong kind of bracket.
All right.
Oh, you got an average. Nice.
That's 4 cures.
Nice.
That's a start. Anybody else need one while we're here?
Yeah.
I'm almost full, so leave me low on the priority list.
Okay, a little bit of rummaging, some alchemical mixing, little explosion, couple of taste tests, and after a full round, here you go. Oh, I forgot that has a +1 on it too, because it's ether.
Oh, that's still only 2 MP.
Ah, so that's how you get the tier 1 sub.
One sub.
I didn't know
Wait,
how to do
what?
it.
Oh, you didn't know how to do a tier 1 sub?
No, I didn't know how to gift subs.
Oh.
Who needs a cure? I got a pocket full of magic. Who needs healing?
It saved me for last. I'm only missing about 20% of my HP. That
Okay. Not a whole lot I can do for the con damage, but
Oh, I can.
I didn't take any con damage.
okay. All right. Well, I'll hit myself with 3 cures then, because I'm really hurting.
Go free.
Nice. 8, 7, and 8. That's pretty good.
Whew, that'll wake you up in the morning.
Yeah. 1 cure is all it would take that taught me off the full.
And I'm good to go, so you don't need to give me anything.
Bloop. There's one to the ally. Oh, Fidel, sorry.
That's fun. I'm basically only a scratch left.
All right, you have 1 place to go left.
And I'm 1000% fine.
Beautiful.
That's a lot.
Let's do this.
All right, let's make our way to the final one.
That would be. Oops. Second power core.
All right.
Alright, let's go. After you. I'll scout.
Good luck figuring out how to get there.
Alright.
Go ahead and put yourselves on the map.
Yeah, but where?
Right here. And I think I'm on the right layer.
It's kind of cut off. I mean, this is as far as I can go. This is the last square, and it's like
Why is he so small?
Wow, everybody's so small.
Why are they so small?
Actually, the goblins are the right size.
Yeah, I guess I could. I guess at worst I could take off my armor and fly over there.
Now, I would like to look around, see if there are any, buttons or contraptions, anything at all.
There is a downed bridge right now.
It's just down.
Yep. You see the supports.
And what's this over here?
Power supply going to what you think is the rest of the area. The rest of you guys put yourselves on the map.
I'm
Alright.
trying. For some reason, my
Myself on the
character
map.
portrait won't go over.
Put yourself back.
You said to put myself on the map.
You're already on the map.
What the heck? For some reason, my character sheet not wanting to.
Is the bridge broken, or is it just receded or something?
Make a perception check.
That's what I...
Okay. Oh wait, one for me and then Shard.
Oh, how long does it take us to go from the third powered core after all that to here?
4 hours.
Okay, I need to cast a spell.
Wow, Pyrex is actually the right size. And so is Helix. Wow, Helix, wow. I'm even screwing up people's handles.
Alright.
Details.
1,
Details.
2, 3, 4.
Oh, I gotta put down my familiar.
Detail.
Alright, Pyrex, you do see what it looks like, what it looks like a small bridge underneath here.
Does it connect over? Can we get to it?
As far as you know, it can.
Guess we just have to find a way to turn it on.
So someone has to fly over there, turn on the machine, and come.
Well, not about being necessarily a machine, it might be separate from the machine. But it could also power the bridge too.
It's true. So
It-
someone flew over there, turned on the power, and it activated the bridge to connect. And then they flew back and we, left. Is that a possibility?
Is the weather still bad?
Actually, there is no wind current right here.
Oh,
There you go.
yeah.
Yeah.
So risky. There's no. Do we see any defense mechanisms in place? Any turrets? Anything we gotta look out for?
I'm gonna just fly in.
Oh,
Oh.
wait. Oh, okay.
Oh, too late now.
Looks like it's happening.
Would you like some fire support for my familiar? In case something goes wrong?
Oh, yeah.
What do I see with my not so special eyes?
You do. Hold on. You do see what looks like to be a button or something over here. It is not lit up. You do not see anything over here to light up, or anything buttons or anything to push, besides the button over here. Make a knowledge engineering check.
I know even less than what I saw.
Actually, the knowledge engineering check hits the DC by 2. That is a check for the bridge to exceed over to the side. It's an emergency bridge hatch.
Smash that.
Nice.
I'm slap the button.
It clicks.
It's not on. I guess we need to turn the
I
power
start
on.
pressing it multiple times.
It just clicks. How many times do you
Guys,
press?
I think the bridge is broken.
Have you
think
tried
you have
turning
to
it off
turn
and
the
back
power
on
on.
again?
Make another knowledge engineering check. You can summarize that there is no power going to it, so that is why it's not working.
So what I'm hearing is if I cast an electric spell at it, we can power it.
I'm not sure that's.
What? Let's find out.
It's okay, I don't have any electric magic.
Alright, I'll put the D100 back away.
Oof, close
I mean,
call.
I do, but I'm not willing to do that.
Oh, I see. Okay, I think I see what. Back in
What's
there. I
going
go.
on?
Yeah.
I'm sure you can turn the power on from the other side, but who's to say?
I'm afraid of what's up north more than anything.
Also,
Well-
you just see the robots that are not doing anything. They're just sitting there.
See, I could have my familiar camp the bridge button and hit it immediately.
I was
You do
like,
you do see the control panel over here for activating the hydropower plant. It is currently just radiating a red color.
I slap it.
All right, you slap it, and you start to hear. Please stop drawing Triforces. And you just hear a slow scraping sound before a gurgling sound, like rusty sounds, maybe sounds that sound like it's breaking, and then slowly but surely it starts up.
I'm scared.
Man, this stuff needs some elbow grease proper.
Yeah. Can I
Eventually,
try to? Was I able
this
to hear
process takes about an hour.
with the starting up of the machine?
Well, yeah, it hasn't started in like 60 years.
Okay. Can I see?
Well, at that
what's wrong
point-
with it?
Well, I just got rid of the. Well, there was a light up here, but it just breaks. So, because I just sent it to the back of the map, so it doesn't matter anymore.
Oh, it imploded.
Mhm.
Oh damn. But
And the
I was
robot.
wondering if there's
Yeah?
any way I could like repair it to not be so rusty and creaky and almost breaking. No.
Well, yeah, there's you can repair it, but in the
I can.
meantime, these robots, the electricity goes all throughout the floor, and besides the robots that are on the floor, the robots that come through the floor
Oh,
on this side of the
right.
floor, like always,
Forgot about
and come up.
Well, it's a
Now
good
the,
thing
the
we're on
first,
the other side
the
of this
fisher
bridge.
end, the fish. Now to figure out which ones are not the new ones. And then they just start walking around. But since nothing's around, they just start walking around and doing their jobs.
Slap the button, fly away.
Alright.
Oh, are they repairing the machine?
And these machines start building up power.
Oh, very nice.
And since you did slap that button multiple times,
Oh no!
a platform
That's
comes across.
Ah, shit.
It's okay, we just leave. Go, go, go!
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing.
That's just
Okay. And you get XP.
We
for
turned
that.
it on. That was our job. Slap the button, turn it on.
Yeah.
I mean, free XP though. Never mind. Let's go.
What is this XP you speak of?
I'd really like to not fight anything for a while.
It's something I thought of in my brain. It was in a dream of a dream. I heard the words.
So a
This is why you don't listen
hallucination.
to the monkey brain.
Is that doll
Oh, no.
messing with your dreams now?
What's that?
I was asking if that doll's messing with his dreams now.
Oh yes,
Oh,
this
totally.
doll has been messing with my dreams a lot. There was one dream where I imagined I was Russian, and
What's
there
a
was
rush?
summoner. I don't know. I really don't know. Again, crazy shit.
We have this thing in my
Different
One
day.
Friends campaign where everybody usually takes the language Russian and it's a secret language.
That's hilarious.
The secret language.
Nice.
And it's always
That's
one person that comes into it and then teaches other people that language. And then
Jesus
that
Christ.
original person usually dies and winds up teaching it to other NPCs.
That's great.
Does music work now? Okay. Alright, cool. And then it takes you just another, like, it takes you about half a day to get back home.
Alright.
Perfect. Man, I didn't get hit once. Look at me. Feeling fresh, feeling fly, I can't deny.
Let's get paid.
Yeah, the doll's probably happy.
So,
I
when
know.
you get back home, the lights are still flickering on and off because, well, that last power plant is not working to its full potential. But Maya does give you a pay, and she says, well, it seems like the power plants are damaged, so she will give you money if you go up and repair it often. And she says, depending on if you're engineers or not, she will give you pay every couple of weeks to fix it until it's complete.
Okay.
As long as you can get those weird robot drones to not attack us, I'll fix it.
What skills required for the repairs?
We closed the
Knowledge,
bridge on our way in.
engineering, and repair.
I have repair.
Can I use
and
craft
knowledge.
structural instead?
That depends on if there's something structurally damaged with it.
Would technology apply?
No.
Okay. Well, my familiar has engineering, so that works out too.
I have some engineering as well. Very little, but
She
do
offers
have repair.
each of you 50 gil a week to go up and repair it. This
How
will
much money
replace.
did we
This
get
will
for this
replace your. Actually, no. She'll offer you 100 gil a week. No, 50 gil a week works to go up and repair it. This will replace your profession, and you'll be up there for about 2 to 3 days.
Can we
and
craft in that time? Or,
No.
well, we have to repair
No,
it.
you cannot craft in that time. Because during that time, you'll be going around this area, picking up supplies and making parts for that.
I'll do it once a month.
That's fine. You just tell me how many times you do it. And I'll make a handout for how many times there is for it.
well, if it's just me and Fadil, you're the one with the familiar that can do
Yeah.
knowledge engineering. So
Sorry,
if it's just me and Fadil, then we could go like every day for a week until it's repaired.
yeah.
right? I think so. I mean, we're the only ones that can actually do it.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I can be helpful.
Can you use repair?
He can get to the areas you can't.
I mean, yes, this is true.
Let me
You
put
do
it
have the
this
bow.
way.
You can go to areas I can.
Let me put it this way. I can fix the really big non-technical parts of the machines. You know, like the big old pipes that suck up the water.
True. True.
As well as, you know, fly under the thing to fix them. While I'm not good at repairing like the digital stuff for it, definitely gotta be able to help fix it.
For anything really technical, my familiar can take charge of that.
That's 100. What do I get?
Yeah. So it take like what, a week of solid work, and everything will be good as new.
I have the knowledges I need for them.
Let's see. Shard has engineering.
I have engineering. I'm sure I can craft a bunch of stuff. Maybe in that time.
Yeah. While you guys handle repairs, I could in the time help act as a guard detail in case something happens.
Again, as long as the like security drones don't attack us anymore.
Yeah, I for one am not in much condition to fight, so
Oh yeah, you need to go rest for like a week and a half. Call off your job.
Everybody,
I'm taking my sick days now.
everybody gained 317 gil.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
I know that's
Ooh,
2,700 less than you wanted, Cloud.
It's okay. Take what you can get, right? 300 and what?
Can I have 3 more?
Was
No.
it 300 and what? 17, you said?
Yes, I literally just showed it to you.
Please, please, may I have 3 gil?
No.
oh
no.
no.
Damn it!
I
You
only
need
use 3 gil at any
I'm
interest.
here to be stingy as hell.
Okay, chap, why don't you give me 4 gil at a 25% rate, and I give you 1 back?
How about I
Okay.
give you
Awesome.
7 gil and we call it even?
But that would put me to 424.
And I'll take 4. See? Boom.
There we go. You guys can take my oddman.
Okay, so there is a new. I'll give you 2 weeks rest. That means let me see here. For that first week, I would need a craft structural, knowledge engineering, and repairs.
Okay.
Who can do those?
I have.
That's what I got.
I just need one person for each right now.
Oh, I'm gonna keep that 20 I got then.
All right.
See,
I need a knowledge engineer or repairs for the next one.
I can offer my engineering.
Oh no.
All right. Engineering works, and I need a repairs.
I don't have that.
Cloud, you already failed your repairs.
Damn.
Yeah, Warren, you already did one. Does anybody else have repairs?
No.
Does anybody else have a knowledge engineering?
I have a
Nope.
knowledge engineering.
Give me one of those then. Ugh.
My first natural 20 doesn't.
Yep. Rip.
Actually, no, that knowledge engineering does pass.
Oh, thank
The
God.
first roll was an 8. So for the first week, the three of you... Pyrex, what do you have?
Oh, I didn't have any of that. I was just meaning for like crafting items, and I have alchemy, explosives, electrical.
Wouldn't
Honest-
electrical be useful for some of the repairs?
Actually, let me roll a d100. I might need an explosives. Because corroding and sediment would be needed to separate stuff.
Did alchemy help with that?
Okay, give me a craft explosives.
Ooh, boy. Ha, time to work.
Let me roll a d4, see how many of those I need. 4 craft explosives.
Ooh, busy, busy, busy.
No, stop.
Oh, I thought you said 4.
Yeah, that's how many you need overall, but you have the first week to do it.
Oh. Sorry,
So
I'm
the
excited.
the four of you
Close enough.
have get 50 gil in the first week.
Alright.
The second week comes by. I'll need. I already have your second week in craft explosives. Now I'll need either a craft structural, knowledge engineering, or repair. That passes the craft structural. There'll be that many left. A knowledge engineering from somebody else. Oh,
Okay.
a repair. That's
I got a repair.
I can offer engineering.
all right.
Wait. I'm curious because if my 18 passed, I rolled a 4. Does it mean if I nat 1, I would still pass?
Actually, yeah.
Oh boy, I just auto succeed. Here's
Oh.
my half-assed work. It works.
Yeah, for 2 more rolls. And knowledge engineering will not pass anymore at 10 or below. Alright. You 4 also get 50 more gil for this week.
Okay.
Awesome.
So let me just write the DCs down. Craft explosive is now like that. Craft structural.
So we got
Like that. Knowledge engineering. Like that. Repair. Is that for now? Okay. All right. Unfortunately, okay. Helios, go ahead and give me one roll for your. Actually, do you have any of those for? Do you have craft explosives, craft structural, knowledge engineering, or repairs?
Gonna have a look.
Crafts, explosives, structural, knowledge engineering, or repairs.
Well, I don't have craft. No knowledge engineering. These are repairs.
Actually, let me see what you need for repairs, if it's an asterisk or not. Ah, roll 20 is too slow for me right now.
You need another repair or knowledge engineering check.
It's been 2 weeks.
Let's get this done.
Because if you'd like to try for repairs, you can try 2 repair rolls. DC is pretty low right now.
Oh
Oh.
yeah,
Who's Flynn?
I am. Why?
Why are you rolling?
I thought. No,
Stop rolling.
not me.
Oh,
Sorry.
Helios. Nice. You actually got both of the DCs. You get 100 gil. Okay. Wow. Okay, this works out better for you guys then. So you're on the job. You're repairing. You notice it's easy that the robots turn off at a certain period of the night and just go offline. It's pretty easy now that you figure out that after they go offline, you can just push them into the water. You don't know why you didn't think of this before.
You know what? Aren't they there to keep maintenance on the machines? Why
The
would we
ones
get rid of
go
them?
into the elevator and go down, the newer ones, but the older ones that struggle to stay afloat, they just go offline after a while.
Oh. Yeah, that would have been a good idea to throw them over before.
Oh well. You wanted to just get everything running again at first.
This is true.
And you still have quite a few number of weeks to go with this stuff. I'll only tell you this once. Well, 2 craft explosives, 9 craft structural, 13 knowledge checks, and 47 repairs.
47 repairs.
Yeah.
That's what we
To
have
be fair, the ones that are crafting structural, they're crafting for the entire week.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
So he's making these long tubes and long stuff. The people that are repairing stuff, you're taking these tubes, you're putting it together, soldering it around, going to the next piece, soldering around. The crafting takes forever.
I imagine whoever runs the city is going to be very thankful by the time we're done.
Actually, you're not only powering supply for this, for your the outer city, you're also powering it to the smaller towns all around the area that you have not been to.
Oh.
So every now and then you'll start to see other people come up to help that go to the you know those where you see the wiring go to. You'll see them climb the top and add new wires to it and adjust the wires because those wires are so old. So they'll pull out new wires. Thank you for your thing. Give you food.
Awesome. Free food.
Oh yeah, you're helping out a ton.
All right.
See, not so bad. I'm doing good work here today.
Yep.
This month.
This month.
I think it's going to be longer than a month. Maybe
We'll
at this rate.
Well, right now, since everybody has one job for them, they can't actually all do. The top 3 that you need to do is craft explosive, craft structural, and knowledge engineering. So you can't all do repairs until you actually have the materials. And is there an asterisk on repairs, Warren?
Not that I saw.
Okay, so then you can all do repairs afterwards. But if you fail the
there's
repairs
no
check,
asterisk.
okay, so if you repair the check, then you can still re-roll.
So making repair checks is just a matter of rolling till we get some decent progress.
Right.
Okay.
Awesome.
What's the next set of checks for the week?
Since you're out here, since you're all out here, I can do this. I can work with this.
Oh, can I do survival checks?
Oh, that's a good question. Would there have been enough time for crystal gathering?
We'll do that at the end of the session.
Okay.
Because, yeah, that and crystal gathering and all that stuff. Yeah, we could do that at the end of the session.
Roger.
Roger.
So, you're in the forest right now, or foresty area.
What are we doing here?
You were repairing one of the power plants, and you're just getting back to your vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Traveling through the forest, you stop because you hear a booming voice. Your wish has been granted.
What direction did it come from?
It just echoes all around.
Wait, we're rich now? Awesome!
What?
Let's go hire the gang people.
Guys, I think this is important.
Shortly after, you hear what appears to be a goblin laughing maniacally from like the southeast from where you are.
Let's try. Should we drive over or get out of our car and just see if we can
Well,
get there?
you're not in your vehicle yet. You're just getting back to your vehicle.
I think we should go investigate.
I mean, this is a possibility, but what if he wished to become the strongest creature in the entire world? Then we would all get instigated.
Now,
No?
that
Maybe
doesn't
he
mean,
wished.
that doesn't mean he can catch us.
Wait,
That's true.
but Gabo. Friend. He
I
is
mean,
kid.
also true.
You're welcome to try and diplomacy with him if you wish.
But at the same time, if there is a genie in a bottle somewhere,
Well,
That's a loaded genie in a bottle in the hands of a chaotic little goblin.
yes, I think we should go ahead.
I don't know what y'all are talking about. Sounds like a good time.
I think we should go check it out.
I agree.
I wish for yes.
Let's go say hi.
I will drive over.
Well, we haven't gone to the vehicle yet, so we'd walk over.
Walk to the car and then drive over to where.
Might be
No,
fast.
you gotta be extra. You gotta cartwheel to the car.
You gotta do a Jackie Chan kick through the air, land into your seat.
But
I'll be
all
honest.
from treetops.
I'll be honest. I'm pretty sure a monk could absolutely do the Jackie Chan kick to their seat.
Oh, definitely.
I forgot to set up this map. Give me a second.
Okay.
No problem.
Okay, that's very large.
Okay, sweet. This means I have enough time to make a run to the bathroom.
Oh no, they have crabs. Whatever will we do?
Is that boil them? Put them in a pot, boil them, and hopefully we got some potatoes. That's a lot of guys.
I see no Lalafell or Tartar here. What potatoes?
We'll make do.
Go
But
ahead and put
that's a
yourselves at the bottom of the
full-course
map
meal
if you'd
I've
like
ever
to.
seen it. I'm sorry, what?
I don't know how you guys are going to play this out, so put yourselves at the bottom of the map.
Okay.
All right.
So tiny.
Why do I have to readjust my health and my health and mana every time?
I don't know.
I don't. Surprisingly.
Familiar.
My size needs to be readjusted every time, but
You should be at full hit points.
Oh, yeah.
I am at full hit points.
Fix everything.
My roll 20's acting weird.
Well, Warren, your HP is based off your character sheet, so...
Yeah, that's the part that doesn't make sense. And yeah, I messed up my HP while fixing that. I actually put the HP that is actually of my pet.
Oh.
There we go. Should be 23, but when the token was spawned, it put me at like 14 of 20 and a 3 of 5.
Huh. Alright, got all my blade magic back. This is exploit weakness.
Yeah, that's weird. Must be a roll 20 thing.
Oh.
What's weird?
Is it too late to suggest that during the downtime I had time to buy a couple weapons?
Maybe. Buying stuff, yeah. Crafting, no. You were doing other things.
Okay. And I'm
Nice
gonna need to
pirates.
buy a roca and a greatsword.
Ability school.
That's 5 gold. I'll just go for now. How much do you weigh? 6.
Oh, character sheets are failing.
What do you mean they're
Yep.
fair?
Yep. That's why it took me so long to place my
There we
token.
go.
Yeah, me too.
Character sheets are just, shitting themselves.
Character sheets. We would like you to not commit die. Thank you.
Please don't die on us. Not
Not again.
Yeah, that is weird. So yeah, you come into this and you're and there's a goblin laughing maniacally, and there's a what appears to be some sort of spirit next to him. Oh, and a small army.
I see.
Great. Let's see what we have here. A small army. Damn. And a djinn. Look at that.
We make identification skill, use knowledge skills from where we're at.
Sure. If that is it, my master, I shall bid you farewell.
Where did the djinn go? Did we see?
Where did he come
What-
from? Where did he go?
What his name?
Right.
Cottoneye?
Where
Phil?
did he come
there-
from? Where did he go? Where did he... Cotton on.
Was there enough time to be able to get a knowledge check off on it?
No.
Damn.
Okay. I tried.
Yeah, it was worth a try.
Ha 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 ha! Now with this, he says in Goblin, I will be able to attack that pesky person that has amassed all the goblins, ogres, orcs, and trolls to reclaim my homeland.
Can anyone understand him?
And I shall shout back, hey! Hey you!
Who goes there? I am strong now.
Hello strong now, I am Gunnylocks.
Gunnylocks. That sounds familiar.
Would you like to join my gang?
I have own gang now.
Why don't we merge strength then?
But yes, we are a gang of
I
great.
don't even know what you're doing, but it sounds like a fun time.
I find magic sword. Magic sword gives me wish. Many wishes. First wish I ask for sandwich. Second wish I ask for soda. Third wish I ask for some army to help me fight against the person who kicked me out of homeland.
All
do you
right,
take?
I'm pretty sure whatever he's planning to do is not legal. So, yeah.
All I'm hearing is what we do is we set up our own nation and then we have diplomatic immunity.
Are you gonna relay any of this back to us?
No.
Do we like huddle up for a sec?
He runs over to you. Who you? Wait, Gunnylocks? I know Gunnylocks. Gunnylocks was a person who always lived in dirt.
Yes, dirt warm.
You have brother too. Brother blows
Yes.
self up.
Very
I'm gonna
much.
have to ask you to back the fuck up.
No, this is. He yells
He
back
friend.
at. He yells back at you in Goblin. You have no idea what he says.
Exactly.
And I say in common, he friend.
He yells back at you, but it sounds like he's yelling at you and threatening you. He says, "We talk Goblin, not you."
I'm just
No,
gonna flash my
both
shield,
friend.
which has my department insignia on it. Like, back the fuck up, homie.
I brave.
Back
He hides
That's
behind
alright.
you.
It's all right. Let's.
I brave hides behind.
5 feet, buddy.
No, he okay. He friend.
Hey, great brave guy. We
I
come in
took a
peace.
3.5 sword just because I could. I took a
I
lux sword.
mean, in all honesty, Paizo even says Pathfinder and 3.5 are completely compatible.
You just gotta upgrade 3.5 a little.
Yeah.
Just take it easy there, guy. We come in peace, don't you know? I go to hand him a potion and reach out to him.
Oh, thank you. Soda.
Oh, it's great. My own brand. It's better than that stuff you find in the town, I tell you what.
So I
Yeah,
make
you mean-
army. army helped me take back homeland in mountain.
Hey, you need stuff to fund your army? Because, we're great at doing stuff to kind of help you do what you need to do, right?
Oh, I
Yeah,
like
we're good
that.
at doing stuff.
I like you. Better than scary person over there. By the way, Helios,
Hey.
you have no negative con right now.
He's my friend.
I know I healed.
Okay.
I just gotta correct that on my sheet, I think.
He big scary for a reason.
How else do you think we get so far? We strong as well.
He's a xenophobe, so he only speaks one language.
That's fine. See, that all that tells me is that we just need to persuade him to know that not everyone's bad. Just the assholes.
Who this
That
guy you
deserve
want to
it.
kill?
You deserve it.
Who's this guy that's done you wrong, Goblin?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know. You summon army. Who you go kill?
Guy kicked me out of town. He collect all goblins, all orcs, I said goblins, right? Trolls and all big things. So I get
I do
big
an-
things. I take
I do
family
acknowledge-
heirloom and wish for all good wishes because I was hungry at the time, and then make big army.
You got army. You got food. You need sword? I'll trade you something.
I don't know or care what he's planning to do with this army, but it better not come into anything that has to do with me.
I plan on destroying army with this.
There's another army?
Yes.
Who?
Wait,
Are they humans? Are they
what
civil?
town did you get kicked out of?
Inkling. I think. I don't remember.
Oh, it would be so fucking hilarious if he got run out of town by a fucking inkling.
No.
Woolly noises intensify.
Oh no.
So who the hell is this goblin? What do you guys want to do about this?
What is he even saying? I don't understand what you guys are talking about.
He's mad because people kicked him out of town.
Some great grudge he's got to... Yeah, some grudge. But he likes food. Maybe we give him stuff. Maybe he give us stuff.
So he
Did
got
he,
kicked out of town and he's now raising an army. Yeah.
I asked Wizard Spirit to give me army.
Yeah, now you've raised an army.
Did he tell you where that where the djinn came from?
Huh?
I'm
Sword.
talking to
Magic
Gundam.
sword.
Can I take a look at it?
Sure. Here.
Okay, I grab it, take a look at it. Can I
Just-
do appraise, and can I do detect magic on it?
Sure.
I just had a horrible idea, and I know that it'd only turn out worse.
Wait, why would you do? So why would you do detect magic instead of knowledge arcana?
Oh, yeah.
Detect magic is part of the normal way. Also, it's spellcraft.
Oh, shit. Hold on. That was...
It is a nice sword.
Yes.
Do you have detect magic?
Yes.
Okay. It is
God,
not. It is not magical anymore.
Um,
It used to be
Used
apparently.
What knowledge skill is it to identify what type of sword it is?
Blacksmith.
Okay.
It's a well-crafted sword.
I don't know what it's actually called though, huh?
Longsword.
Oh, it's just a longsword. Okay.
Look at it. I mean...
After all of its all of the after all the charges are gone off of it, it reverts to being a normal sword.
I'll trade you this potion for it. I'm not sure what it does. It's got crystals in it, though.
Sure.
All right.
It's an heirloom. It doesn't do anything anymore.
Oh. Pretty powerful little thing you got right here. Hey, anybody use swords?
I have the provision.
What kind of sword is it?
It's a really long one.
It's a long sword.
But you know, it's an
I
arrow.
think I stick to my big boy sword.
Okay, I'll put that in my pocket. I'll hold on to that one for a rainy day.
And I'm proficient in it.
Long sword in the pocket.
I'm not sure.
I'm just imagining an animation of like Animal Crossing, just swoop.
And I'm proficient in swords, but I'm not sure if it's much better than my knight's sword or great sword. I'm sure it looks nice though.
So wait,
Probably
which way is
would.
the town that you got kicked out of?
That way. He points towards the field. He says, mountains that way. Oh, my name's... Oh, jeez. Skagaru.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you, Skagaru.
So
Can I
are
have-
we killing him?
What?
No.
Perhaps your friends come with us. Come to Newtown, Better Town. Welcome,
Well, I-
Goblin.
I can't understand what you guys are saying because you're speaking Goblin, so I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
I didn't know what to call new friends, so I numbered them 1 to 10. And he smiles.
So I'm just
Well,
waiting for
if you
one
guys want, we can just help the Goblin reclaim his village.
Oh, he left a long time ago, but he left people there.
So we'll help you reclaim the village, and you will stay
What?
there and not bother
So-
people.
So the
Why
understanding
go
is
through-
the understanding is he got kicked out of the village, and now you want us to go and take over that village? No, sir.
Why go through that trouble when we can just take him back with us? Him and friends can. Well, we did get that one building,
Him and not his army. How about that?
but why not?
What,
He
do you
has
really,
an army.
do you
does he
really
not-
think? Do you really think that my department's gonna allow an army into the town?
Well, how about this?
But what if they
Your
all sign
department's
up
gonna
to be
allow the
legal-
army into the town? That sounds
What?
great.
But what
we do
if
this?
they sign paperwork to be legal citizens?
I don't want to be illegal citizens and by the big booger that fell out of the sky?
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
What part of the local law enforcement will not allow a private military into this town?
The
But
person
they don't
who
have to be military.
the person who kicked us out of Inkling killed lots of friends and family of mine. I don't want to kill him in response.
He kill friends.
So-
he kill goblins.
So you and friends 1 through 10, you come move into town, make town better,
Brother,
be with Better Town.
we are the town. Why not we build a fort for him here, and then we can tell and we build a fort for him here.
I mean,
I don't think we want this goblin to be a part of our group.
I don't know about you, but the 2 goblins sound like they do. I mean, I totally do.
I
It
just
sounds
want
like-
I want to reclaim home after I go back and kill Liter of guy who's trying to take over Outlands area.
Yes, so we should help him.
What
He
about
now has an army to do that, so we can. Kind of like
All I'm
build
doing
behind
is
the
just
army.
speaking. All I'm doing is speaking my department's policy here. I really don't care one way or the other.
Well, I mean, would they be opposed for us selling equipment, gear, and essentially establishing a goblin fort to help raid the various warlords, and so we can privateer this sector to be able to get the loot using our own puppet warlord?
In other words, you just want to turn him into a mercenary company.
Or
I mean, I'll be perfectly honest. I have enough. I have the right spells to pretty much dig out a large, very large area to just start placing up buildings and stuff for them to like prep and all that. Like, we have the ability to do this. We absolutely do.
Who's this guy that killed goblins?
I mean, it's an
by the
alternative
way-
solution. It's an alternative solution to trying to take this guy and his army into town and being descended on by all the local law enforcement.
By
Worst
the way,
case
guys,
scenario?
does this guy actually have control over this army? He was given an army, but does he have control over it?
Does the army listen to you?
You guys,
Listen
listen
to
to me, right? And they all listen to him.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you think there's a way we can swing this so he can help us fix up the reactors?
Definitely. But I don't know if they're skilled though. They may be good at manual labor.
Yeah, manual labor can speed up our timetables on it a lot.
I see Sahagins.
Imagine how fast we could get the
Now,
supply.
see, if
Guys,
they're
I don't think we
workers,
can convince this goblin to help us.
if they're workers and not soldiers, maybe they may be able to get into the town. I don't know. Who knows?
Your department.
I'm just saying, I may be able to say, hey, they're workers and not soldiers. But if they're just in town with all their weapons and shit, then that's not gonna fly.
And at the end of the day, they're still his warriors. We can talk to him and try to help him establish stuff and be his, but like, he could still just decide to kill us at any given second.
Why would he want to kill you in any given second?
I don't know. I'm sorry, we goblins. I just
What?
met you.
Why are you whispering right next to me?
I'm not whispering anything. I just talk quiet. Ah,
Also, you can sidestep the whole entering town at all if we go with Warren's character's idea of just building their facilities for them.
then worst case scenario.
It's a more time-consuming thing, but at the same time, it'll be property wholly owned by them, and the law enforcement will have no problem with that.
It is the easiest way out of it, I can see. If we don't want to personally involve ourselves with his problems as of yet. Which I'd rather focus on getting the reactors going first, personally.
I mean, think about it. We take a little bit of time off from actually working on the reactors to get them their facilities and get their assistants to work on the reactor.
Or,
More hands for the
and
reactor.
hear me out, or,
Wow, there's a 90% outages on Roll20 right now.
Oh,
Wow.
what does that mean?
There's a
Shit ain't
90% outages in the website right now.
That's crazy.
I'm glad you understood it the second time.
That basically means the website is barely functional.
That's okay. Now, hear me out. Or we just help him take over his hometown so that all the facilities are already built, and we don't have to take any time to build anything.
Yeah, but how long is the travel? And we do have to risk ourselves at that point to do so.
All right. Skugaru, how far away is your home?
That way, maybe 28 days walk from here.
Oof.
Jesus. Oh no. Okay. Yeah.
I take lots of
We're
breaks.
better off just building.
Heck. Can I have Shard roll knowledge geography to get a better idea of where it may exactly be?
Yes.
No.
You think it's about a week's walk from here, or drive? A week's drive from here in your current vehicle? maybe a 1-day drive, and then after you're out of vehicle, after you're out of gas, then it's a 6-day walk.
Wait, wait. What if we want to bring the army?
Probably
Well, you don't know. Well, he says, I don't. Oh, you don't know where the actual guy is right now. You'd have to actually go back to academia to gather information.
I still think having them just move into the town proper, legally,
as workers.
Again, we're in agreement at this point. Legally,
But what are there? There's almonds. There's crab. There's a hot.
Oh,
Workers.
you worried about me bringing in friends? Oh, 1 second. Guys. Unsummon.
Oh, there's summons. Oh,
Oh.
shit.
Okay. They're all on
That's
me
why
now.
I know summoners.
That's
oh,
gonna just do that on demand.
That's quite the little heirloom.
And you
got.
just notice all these tattoos on him now.
oh,
As long as he doesn't summon them in the town, we won't have a problem.
The tattoos are itchy. Start scratching one, and then a mandragora pops out. Oh, you go back in.
Good enough for you, lawman?
As long as he doesn't summon them in the town, I won't have to be doing some explaining.
Okay. Oh, I get. Oh, yeah. But you just walk him back down. Whatever.
So, Ugara, where is your tribe? Where?
Currently dead.
Oh, I mean, where?
very dead.
Where are they? Where were they?
Inkling.
Oh, okay. Never mind. We're good.
Okay.
Alright, I guess we've recruited a walking army.
What are we gonna do with this guy?
Party! Whoop whoop!
Gotta admit, I was kind of a dog chasing a car here. I'm not quite sure what to do with it.
No.
I'm gonna take everyone aside out of Sakargu's hearing range and be like, you know, we could always just kill him.
No!
That
Don't.
would solve.
He's gonna start
They're
putting
just-
ranks in linguistics to understand what you're saying.
Oh, I'm gonna teach him.
I said I
teach him
went-
languages.
I said I went out of his hearing range so that he can't hear me talk.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think Kelly would really change anything.
Alright,
That-
Oh,
that's what you believe.
and
It's
now,
possible that warlord could become also possible the warlord could become a threat to town eventually.
Also, killing him leads to unnecessary paperwork on my end. I would rather not.
Alright. Just,
Did you?
know.
Did you have the right paperwork for all those robots we destroyed a few weeks ago?
Yes, obviously, because the company's going to be very upset about that.
Well, it's their fault.
Well,
insurance claim. Ugh.
Actually, isn't the company done? Because they
that
were
company went
abandoned
under like 50 years ago.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
Either way, had to explain like why the destruction of the property happened in the first place.
No, I do not envy your job.
No, I have to justify all the bullshit these people do. Pointing
You're
out the
welcome.
violence.
Is shenanigan reason enough?
Yeah,
No,
which is why
actually.
I'm hesitant to grab another crazy goblin to join our crew.
The way I say about it is that he's going to be extra hands for the repairs. Many extra hands.
I don't know what you're talking about. I want to see if he'll be willing to help me with some things, some goblin things that only goblins can do for goblin reasons. Yeah, we'll go with that.
I feel like I should be concerned.
You should.
Of course.
Question.
Again,
It's okay. You're gonna be part of it too, because goblin.
killing this goblin would prevent any unfortunate mishaps that might try to spring up in the future.
But it would rob us of the assistance of a potentially useful ally.
Alright, if you believe so.
We'll be alright. We'll be alright. Besides,
Alright.
he seems like a decent enough fellow.
Hmm.
And I'll follow your
I
lead.
sent photos on him. Just
I
to-
at the very least trust Pyrox more than I do Gunnylocks. And that's good enough for the moment.
Alright. This is true. I do trust Pyrox more than Gunnylocks.
I don't trust any of the short stacks.
I don't. I am. I
Pretty,
am a
I'm
goblin, I don't
pretty
trust me.
sure Pyrex is Gunnylocks is less trusted than anyone because he throws bombs actively at party members too.
This is fine.
That's what we got potions for, and the limbs grow back. We'll be alright, right?
So if you're gonna take them back into town, does that mean you're gonna start skipping out on the repair work for the reactor?
Maybe.
Well, we kind of need your help. Can you at least hold off onto it till we finish this?
We got time.
I don't see what would stop me from working on it, though.
How many hours a day do we got to put into the repairs onto the thing, the power plant?
It's like 2 to 3 days a week, and then I had to spend full-on weeks at a time to actually make the things for the repairs. And it's like, if I can get extra hands, I can make a full week's time about the same amount of time that y'all spend.
I can't exactly leave my familiar alone to work alone on the reactor, as she disappears if she gets too far away from me.
Yes, but my statement is, we get Skuro here legally set up into the paperwork. I teach him how to do some things, and then he, in 1 through 10, help us with like the really problematic busy work.
Okay, I see what you're saying. As long as you, I think that'll work out as long as you don't end up teaching him problematic things that end up getting in the way.
Oh, you mean like teach him how to use explosives?
I will bonk you with the flat of my Buster Sword.
We'll start slow. We'll start with linguistics.
You shall teach him the most cultured of languages. Murloc.
Oh
Else.
god.
In this area of the world, who honestly speaks that?
In my campaign, all Aquan is Murloc. So I've just been trying to make it a running theme.
Okay.
Nope.
I feel like I've said everything I have to say on that.
Yep.
Oh. I'm fine with it, whatever you do, as long as he's ready to help with the power plant and doesn't cause us any new problems.
I'm hearing is as long as he's house trained, it's okay.
He's still gonna want to go kill this warlord guy, isn't he?
Yeah, but that's an eventuality. He gotta get his strength back. We've been taking mini breaks walking for the last month.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
That is all I feel like I have to say on the matter.
So, where are you guys gonna head from here?
We take Goblins back to town. We get him, we get paperwork started for him.
Okay. Also, while in town, you could figure out how to, if anybody has heard anything weird in the area since.
Okay. I'll roll diplomacy on that.
I'm sorry, but my priority is Goblin related because Goblin reasons.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, no one's heard shit.
I hope that's not an unfortunate case of asking the wrong people.
I think you've asked the wrong people.
I'll try. What would I be doing? What are we doing? I know I need to work on the thing. Yeah, let's try diplomacy check too.
Oh, good.
Okay, you've heard that several towns have fallen in the last couple of months on the outskirts of Academia. Mostly monster villages. Monster villages that have been decimated and just left their villages for some unknown reason. Or have been completely annihilated.
Okay. I feel more concerned about moving that revenge plot back up our timetable.
Okay. You've also heard that, let's see here. You've heard that there is a Rogadin that bested a tribal leader from the kobolds, goblins, orcs, trolls, and hobgoblins. And every time he did this, the tribe had followed him. Those of the tribes that did not want to follow him were murdered by the remaining of the tribe.
What tribes did that?
What's that?
What tribes? Is there any way to know what tribes are completely annihilated?
The remaining of the tribes that chose to not follow him. So some of the tribe followed him, the others did not. Those that did not were eliminated by the rest of the tribe.
I'm asking. Okay. So you just listed off all the races that this Rogadin interacted with, right?
Yes.
Okay. Concerned there for a moment.
Does the Rogadin have a name?
No one has heard what his name is. They say he is a skilled fighter.
Even heavy armor has its niche.
There is a wanted poster out for him.
Does it have his visage on it?
Well, I would show it to you, but Roll20's being an awful person right now.
Okay.
Rip that off, put it in the pocket. We'll save that for later.
I will show it to you on Discord. Said that
I
used to
can't
be a
tell.
part of the army until he left after annihilating his the rest of his patrol.
What?
Oh, yeah.
What army?
The Academia army.
In that case, could I roll nobility?
You can.
Okay. Let's see. Did I have an item that helped with this?
I don't know.
Yep, I don't. Just gotta roll it straight. Oh, thanks. That's the second two I've rolled in a row.
Oh, it's actually working. No, you don't know.
No, just going off the image alone, I halfway want to say he could potentially be a dragoon.
Joke's on us. He's actually a holy knight. It's Garland.
Ah,
Holy knight fallen from grace.
Oh no, Garland.
I can't have anyone taking up my Dark Knight niche.
And last time the army was sighted, it was headed towards Subaru.
Sutsuru?
S-U-B-A-R-U.
No, Subaru, the car dealership.
God, I hope we can beat him by Toyota.
It'll be too late for us if he gets to
Wasn't
if he
his
gets to Honda.
Oh,
wasn't his
shut
last
up.
name-
It was randomly generated.
the Goblin was from a different town, wasn't he?
Yes, Inkling.
Okay. Yeah. How far out is
It's about a 3 days travel from here.
Let's have quite the army at this point. You think we should go tell someone important about this?
You can.
Uh,
Also,
I don't know
if
about
you
that.
ever, for those of you that have noticed the job board that has yet to save,
uh-oh.
Oh, what does the job board say?
there we go.
Alright.
Well, we could do Monster Hunter.
Hmm.
Hey, I thought we already restarted the power plant.
Well, we're still working. We're sort of trying to fix it. Oh, I see what you mean.
Oh.
Wait.
That third one sounds like a bounty hunt.
Yeah, dude.
I'm getting this hit at
I
deja vu.
still like to tend to the third one at some point, but I'm more concerned about the army potentially coming. No telling what it could do to academia.
Part of your
Also-
knowledge, you also have that the Academia army has had not many recruits in recent years, so there isn't much of an army.
Mm.
Academia and Cocoon has both never seen eye to eye, so the Cocoon army is actually larger than the Academia one. And
I see.
the Cocoon part tend to stay divided from Academia. Cocoon
We
still
could
has a
go-
massive army, whereas Academia still has over their 100 years, still has a decent army, but not so well.
Can I roll a nobility to get an idea of the current makeup of the army, or at least how it does its job?
Sure.
Okay.
Mostly it's being restricted to like a common police force, and all research is put into the research department for its borders. Border patrols for military demand.
So basically, our lawman friend here basically is also part of the army.
Yeah. He's more along the lines of military police, but just
Nice,
for
nice.
Academia area. As far as outside of the Academia, he has no jurisdiction in Cocoon and limited jurisdiction in outside towns. Where outside towns would come up with their own police force.
Okay, so we could go through them and their line of command, and tell them about a potentially looming threat, and we could position ourselves to get contracted as mercenaries to help deal with it.
Right.
I think that sounds like a valid line of work. What do you guys think?
Oh boy, we're sellswords. I cast Alicate Lamb.
I mean, let me know and I can put the word in with my people.
I'm sure our new goblin friend would be enthused about it. Yeah, I think this. If we want to deal with the army out there, I think this might be our best plan of action, since we also know about their current movements. I just hope that they can respond quickly enough.
Let's get him while the getting's good.
I'm sure if we end up having to do this, Maya particularly won't mind about waiting on us for the power plant.
Should we talk to Maya before we do this?
Nah. We'll be fine. Yeah, we probably should.
Yeah. Let's go tell Maya about our current plans and that, why we won't be able to help with the power plant for a while.
Okay.
Besides, she might be able to lend us some support as well. We'll see.
All right. So what are you guys gonna do?
Alright. So, we'll take time to inform Maya about our current plans and why we can't deal with the power plant. And then we'll go up the chain of command and tell them about the movements of an enemy army and try to get in as mercenaries to help.
Okay.
Oh, I think he's flying. Oh, never mind. Just your camera.
So that leaves me to make an official recommendation then. Sad. But whatever.
Hey, one more green skin in the town. Come on, man. What's the worst that could happen?
He's actually a red goblin.
Has flashbacks to the last time you fuckers were allowed to do anything.
Hey, I almost persuaded that gang to turn over a new leaf.
Almost, you mean not at all.
No, I totally almost.
Only minor amounts of arson and various other things. It's fine.
Only minor amounts of beating the snot out of people because they said no.
Hey, we're doing our public duty, alright? Cleaning the streets,
Sure.
one firebomb at a time.
Mm-hmm.
One firebomb at a time.
I think we're doing okay. So where do we go from here? Maya, correct?
So what are you doing for gathering mercenaries?
I go seek out that one gang I keep beating up.
They're not in the same location.
I will roll diplomacy to try to find out if anyone knows where they went.
Okay.
And I just gonna say, I'm looking for that one really crappy gang that keeps getting beaten up by goblins.
As I'd say, otherwise, I guess we just offer ourselves up as mercenaries.
Yeah, no, never heard of them.
We could just drop the one goblin in, and then see what him and his army can do, and then just react around it. Worst case scenario, he kills a bunch of them, and he loses some summoned creatures, and we dip out. Or, I could be wrong, and we'll see.
Alright, so, who's gonna be trying to go for the army?
I can do some air support.
See, I have high survival, so I can help track them.
Akashi, what were you gonna try to do?
Well, I have to both make an official recommendation based on what we were talking about. And then I guess I have to fucking go with the goblins who are trying to find gang members.
Okay. Those of you that are doing air support, go ahead.
But I'm doing. Wait, but.
Who's
So
doing-
what's happening?
So who is doing air support to try to get reconnaissance on the gang or
Oh,
on the,
I wasn't trying to do recon.
okay.
My form of air support was more so if we have to go and actually do fighting, I'm just gonna fly over and drop giant sloths of CC air
Okay.
support.
Fadil has to do his tracking on foot, since his familiar can't go that far out away from him.
Okay. About. So you're trying to get a militia together, right?
Mhm.
So a lot of people are wondering what's in it for them.
Does our lawman have any idea what the city can help offer?
I mean, to be fair, a lot of it will involve them doing what they do best without the law getting in their way.
To be we're also the ones that just got done fixing their power plant. Is there any way we can...
Leverage our good reputation.
That's kind of scummy. I don't want to do that. That's mean. Oh. If they were going to do that out of a good reputation, then they would have already done it. They wouldn't ask for pay. Try to leverage that, and that's just mean. I don't know. What can we...
Makashi makes a good point across of getting people. And even though they say that's out of their jurisdiction, he does get a few people that will lend him a hand. He gets about 42 people, skilled fighters.
See, we can also figure out a way of splitting the equipment we pick up from the fallen soldiers.
That's true.
That might at least attract some other people there as well.
Not sure how much though.
I'll say you spent about 2 weeks on gathering people together. During those 2 weeks, a bunch of people do approach the suburbs of your little district in like a big trove. Like a big caravan type of thing.
Oh.
Lots of wounded people.
Where do they come from?
They say Subaru.
Sutsuru?
No, I like that name better.
You can
Suzaru.
name Pikmin for that, by the way.
Oh no.
Sutsuru!
Bill's going to see what information he can gather from them about their movements, and mentioned that they're currently trying to jumpstart a militia to combat the army.
About 106 people come in and say they're refugees from Suzaru. They say about a week and a half ago, a bunch of humanoid monsters came in and started attacking the town. The police force that they had lasted about a half a day before they couldn't handle it anymore, and since then they've been occupying that town.
Their home's still there. We just gotta go get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can get information off of them if you'd like.
What would require a diplomacy check?
Yes, it would.
Okay.
While they do that, I'm gonna have to volunteer our little group here for relief efforts.
Okay. They said there is many goblins and many kobolds. They said there was a few trolls, a few hobgoblins, and they say their numbers were around between 200 to 600.
2 to 600.
And they're all led by a single, what appeared to be a Rogadin, in what appeared to be like some sort of metal-plated armor.
How much does it... See, how many men does Academia number in terms of the military?
Military-wise, maybe about 1,000. Not many at all.
Do they have any information about their next movements, or just currently occupying?
They're just currently occupying. They have maybe 150 soldiers worldwide right now.
And we're up to, what, 50?
You're at 48 right now that are volunteering to go to this town to help get rid of the occupants. As for
Um,
gang members, I need to know how you're going to get these gang members because they want to know what's in it for them.
Well, after all said and done,
trade routes.
Maybe, just maybe, they won't get arrested on sight. How about that?
That's going to turn a lot of them down already.
Because I mean, let's just, like I said, they're gang members, they're known criminals, and it's like,
You're not
I've
there.
already
You're working with the military. It's like, I won't arrest you if you help.
not really.
Well, I mean, look at it from our perspective here. We're trying to take over this town, or at the very least reclaim, recapture. And you know the underways. You would be pivotal in helping us reclaim the city. Your force multiplier is absolutely incredible. And with this, I'm sure you'll be able to get some decent recompense from our local, even from our local police officers. And the refugees need supplies. I'm sure you have some reason to some items to offload. Now's a good time. If you help us, this could open up some good trade routes. I'm telling you, buddy. You get our supplies, you get the whole town.
As you're preaching, you get about 60 people to help.
Hey, not bad. Not bad for the Hive Undercity, I tell you what. Come on, children of the filth. Let's go get ourselves a prize.
As
yeah, buddy.
Fadil's helping to relieve the refugees, is it possible they can convince some of them to come along for another shot?
What do you mean another shot?
Another shot back at the army that occupied their village.
No,
Are they all non-combatants?
two. Congrats, you're at 150.
Alright. 150. Okay. So if we move out now, we could potentially reoccupy the town and take a massive chunk out of his army.
But would it be worth it? How much would we lose? What are we fighting? Monsters.
Well, the refugees gave us information about what was already there. Mostly goblins and kobolds. Some trolls and hobgoblins. And around 150 are currently occupying the town, as of our last good information.
I can dig it. They won't see us coming. They're on the off, but they'd be expecting some sort of count. What do you guys?
They would still need time to set up fortifications.
Okay.
We also may potentially have the advantages with some vehicles, since they could provide cover as we break into town. And we also have our little goblin friend here, who can summon his army on a whim.
I can. Oh my Lanta! I got some items. I can give us fly and pop us right up onto the wall. So as long as we don't have to engage anybody, we could drop that army right on top of their fucking ramparts.
The only issue is we don't know how easy it would be due to we have no idea how many archers they have.
That's true. This is a full.
So unless you came in with a lot of defenses, it may be difficult. Any mages with numbers of ruin spells could also be a concern as well. Unless we all go in with shields, with shield up.
We could craft earth wall. How fast can you craft an earth wall? Speaking to Gunnylocks.
Way slow. I can craft maybe a 12-foot tall, 5-foot wide wall at a time.
But if we build this car, how much sustained fire would it be able to take?
No.
Damn. So, we have enough. We could cut off the supply lines and siege mount, but that could take a long
And we
time.
don't, and that would be detrimental to any hostages they have as well.
Yeah, and the city itself, the whole city would, yeah.
If we rescue hostages, though, we could potentially get a massive boost in morale and potentially draw more people.
Let's do it.
So I like to avoid all the extended siege if possible.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Any final thoughts? Because I wanna push that big red button.
I'm okay with the big red button.
While we're in town, though, I think we should probably stock up on our supplies.
That's right.
We'll probably need plenty of ethers.
I only got my 6 daily ones that I can use for my spell. Crafting. Can we buy them? Crafting, they're still fairly expensive.
All right, I need to purchase stuff.
So does anybody want to do anything?
I'm looking through shops right now, see if there's anything I need to purchase.
There's new pets in the pet shop.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's true. Maybe it's possible we could take a look there. We could potentially, there could be animals we could take time to combat train.
No, pets you can't put combat train.
Oh. Okay, so- Then you look at something here, but odd. Another thing we should consider is what time of day do we want to begin our assault? Considering what the races they have, I think eating at night may be to our disadvantage.
That is a possibility.
Oh, you know what would be great here? Explosives.
Yes. But yes. Where do you need him?
I too agree. Yes.
We can. When we start approaching the village, we can take time to scout the fences and figure out our best course of action for the attack there. For now, let's figure out supplies for ourselves, at least. Is it safe to assume that our recruits have enough to supply themselves for the trip?
As far as you know, yes.
Okay. All right. Before I forget, there's a problem. I do need to fix. Flynn.
He's probably asleep listening through this meeting.
I hope not. I actually need to ask for a craft.
Oh,
Flynn, you there? Cloud, you're muted.
Chirp, chirp.
Okay, so it's there. Let's see. Can you make silver apples?
Is it an alchemical item?
That's what I'm trying to figure out here. Let's see. Yes, it is.
Then yes, you can.
Okay. How much will it cost for their goblin friends to make silver apples?
Silver apples, where are they?
Tier 1 alchemical item.
Let me see. Silver apples. Cost, kill, 300. I believe my craft is half of that. I think 150? Let me double check my chemist in case I got any extra modifiers. Yep, half price. So 150. That's for base craft and yeah.
Okay, I'll probably want to buy some of that at some point because I'm probably gonna need plenty of stamina to sustain spamming sword skills during the fight, especially for groups.
Got you. We got time to. In place of the ethers, I can use something like that. Crafting is going to take a little time. Do we got time to craft? I don't know what the heck's.
You've had 2 weeks to gather information, gather forces, and do whatever you need to.
Okay. I can craft a couple of those for you.
Okay, hold that thought.
Also, your knowledge, your gather information has given you a map of the town.
Okay. Oh. Can we see? Okay, so it does have fortified walls.
At least before the town was invaded.
Let's see. Are these over here closable gates?
Yes.
Okay.
Those would be murder rooms.
So ideally, we'll definitely want to take over the gates.
Just not walk into them. If we can find a way on top of them.
If I remove my armor, I can fly up there, but that leaves me without armor, which is bad. My dex is barely a 12, and full plate takes what? I mean, my armor takes like a 5.
It takes a while to dawn.
Yeah. I could do it if we have nothing else, but it's not something I'd like to do.
got some fairy dust. I can sprinkle you guys. How many people do we have that can fly? I can
Fairy
write
dust works for 5 rounds.
That would be enough. Would that be enough to get on the wall?
They said the
No.
walls are about 40 feet tall.
That's tall. That's really tall.
Well, 40 feet tall. Alternatively, we can find a way to acquire climb speed.
And there's still a question.
Ah, damn! I had an idea, but it won't work. It won't work.
Why not?
It only works on unworked stone.
Oh. Actually, how does it work, out of curiosity?
Oh, it's softened earth and stone. It specifically calls out undressed. So I could say screw with the road, but I couldn't make the castle bits crumble.
Could you screw with the road in such a way that you could raise it above where the gates would go and jam it open?
What's
At
that?
that point, I'm just using expeditious construction
Okay.
and throwing dirt at it.
How practical would it be for you to use Entangle to give us a way to climb up the walls?
Depends.
I mean, that would be more so GM discretion on that. But I am technically capable of casting Entangle and having it last 8 minutes at a time.
Yeah, I guess put that down as a maybe. At least before the assault, I can quickly scout it since I can cast Mount and get around quickly on a chocobo.
I cast Mount too, calls Burbkin.
Right here, I see the stairs for the plate, but how would we get over there? There's stairs. There.
Well, if we go, there's a rock face right here that looks climbable.
If we were able to either sneak in under the...
Those are stairs on the other side.
Okay.
Remember, you're
Well,
coming on the other side.
I'm thinking for area entry, if we were to get on the walls and we wanted to get off of them pretty quick, it'd be good to know.
You would just
where
take
to-
4d6 damage. No worries.
Ideally, if we have a firing squad, we'd definitely want to take these walls so we could mow down and we can lock our enemies into cover while melee goes in to flush them out.
I got you. And from there, we'd be able to maneuver around the walls to be able to get better firing positions, provided we can capture them.
If we could somehow gain flight, we could reposition our archery troops on top of the other buildings as well, which would help out immensely with their firing lines.
Still gotta get past this problem of a
Yeah.
gate. What if we got our little crew, a group with our goblin buddy, took over the gatehouse, and then had the main body of our forces swarm through the gatehouse and had that as our staging area? Provided it's not also completely destroyed when we get there, because this is before their siege as well.
Yeah, but like I said, between me and Gunnylox, we could probably effectively scout the gate situation.
Okay.
Actually, to help do that, I should go buy some killers.
Well, anybody else got any ideas?
Not any good ones.
Either that or, I mean, the rooftops would be good firing positions and give them main thing is something to focus on, a distraction, something where we could do something else maybe. I don't know. Thing is, too many unknown variables. I don't know. Cover a night would be nice.
Well, no, we don't want that. They probably can.
Yeah,
They could probably see better than us at night. Most of us at night.
that's true. Yeah, they're beastmen. I forgot.
Yeah. So we would have to carry it out in the day when our sights are equal.
Okay.
Well, that depends on.
Where are we approaching from exactly? In the nature of this wall?
I'm presuming we choose our path of attack.
You would be coming from the south.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Coming from the south.
Well, we gotta know what we're dealing with before main forces engage and get within range of those walls. We need someone to go take a look.
Well, that's what I'm suggesting. We could potentially start the war camp some distance away, and we can have a small amount of scouts check it out from there.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good to me. I like your plan. That's good. Anybody got any input on it?
No, I'm in agreement with it.
Just how do we deal with the gates? I like to come with a plan prepared in case they are entirely functional.
My best route, the greatest idea for me to get through there with the minimum casualties is immediate shock and awe. You hit that gate so fast they don't know what's going on. Your army's behind their walls before the archers even have time to get into place.
Yeah. So I feel like burning together. Ideally, I could make sure all of us are hopped up on chocobos. Then you could do your fly thing. Then we could quickly rush up the gates and take them over and send out a signal.
Okay, and all we need is us and that one goblin. That's all we really need up there, because that one goblin's will they'll under.
Yes.
Okay.
How many times do you produce alchemical items out of nowhere per day?
I can do that 3 plus my int mod, so I got the +1 from a skill for actually 7 times, I think.
Okay, so I could, let's see. So I could burn all 4 of my MP to give us a set of chocobos. Let's see, let's see, how many would we need? How many chocobos would we need? 5?
Brother,
Duh.
could you operate a gate?
I don't see why I couldn't.
What if we put that goblin with you on Burbkin, had you guys fly over, and he just spawned the entire army on their walls, and you just open the gate?
Yeah, I could try that.
Can Burbkin handle 2 of you at the same time?
If I boost his strength, maybe? But I don't actually have that spell. I took the wisdom amp.
We could. Would acquiring muleback cords be too out of the way? Because muleback cords would definitely increase his carry capacity enough to handle it, right? Or we could buy a.
Oh wait, no, I got one that. Yeah, no, he could definitely carry both of us. I just need to yeah.
Okay. Okay, so. Is there? Do you think there's any extra defenses you'd want to have or anything before you go in? What do we
need
do
information?
with archers? If there's if there's any posted on the walls.
Yeah, we need information.
Well, let's assume the worst case scenario and that there is them. Or at least, yeah, assuming there's archers on the walls.
I got. Then at that point, it would be a distraction affair. You have the archers, Kentucky shuffle. Was it that old Kansas City shuffle? Get them looking over at your right hand. We'll hit them on the left side. So, but then that would also entail distraction. We wanted to use explosives, right?
True.
What if we blow up one side of the castle and then we just run through the other side and just go that way? Get them all over here while we run in over here or storm the gatehouse while they're away.
Let's see. Okay. Let's just start writing on this map. Make it easier. Okay, where did you say you wanted to detonate the bloody explosives?
I mean, I don't know where the best spot is, simply because we don't have eyes on it, but
Either side would technically work.
yeah, and then it just would mirror over, and then we would, like, let's say, somewhere over in here, like, somewhere near these houses. Something with some good coverage where we could go in, set the bomb, blow it up, and then we'd be able to have our main force go in over this way, or over this way if we can get up the walls.
That actually brings up another interesting idea. Do we have enough is there enough capability between your explosives to just blow up the gate for us to use? Well, no, we probably want to keep the gate for enemy sieges. Never mind. Because we'll probably end up occupying the town. Okay, so bombs and distractions. Is that yeah.
Bomb goes off. Goblins go in. Army spawns. Gatehouse gets captured. Main force charges through. We engage the main force, and hopefully we can find the head of the snake and cut it off before their army has any time to rally or set up a proper defense. But that also entails us maintaining a leveled approach of hopefully they don't spot our army on our approach, essentially. Unless anybody's got any other ideas?
Let's see. Okay.
Also, I don't know how to erase my stuff, so there's that.
Well, that's fine. We probably want to keep it there as a reminder plan.
Okay.
So, hey Gil, what is our little ragtag army made up of again?
9 orcs, 6 Sahuagin, 3 crabs, 3 mandragoras, 3 evil eyes, and 3 I forget what they're called. 3 tank monsters.
Okay. I meant of our of our volunteers.
No, you're not really sure. A bunch of a few ranged, a lot of melee, and a few healers.
Okay. Okay, we talk. Let's see. That's that. Also, we're gonna have a war camp though. Any chance of acquiring non-combatants to help to help out at the war camp, or is that out? Is just that there's that idea just out right now?
What's that?
Getting some basically getting support staff for a war camp.
Support staff?
Yeah.
Wow.
Non-combatants.
I don't know what you're coming from.
Oh, the crew to feed and essentially,
Staff as in group of people, not staff as in weapon.
Yeah.
You can try.
Yeah, it's a bit more time. I'm not sure if I want. I'm not sure I want to give them more time to get settled in. At this rate.
The Sahagin could be key. Because there's a river going right through the town. I don't know if we could use that for anything.
That's true. You didn't mention there was Sahagin.
That's all.
How many Sahagin number our army?
6.
6. I mean, a Sahagin with ranged weapons can very easily use hit and run tactics.
There are no Sahagin with ranged weapons.
What about thrown weapons?
What about what?
What about thrown ones?
None.
What if we give them javelins?
What if we give them
They're melee and caster.
or a lighter? Or a bomb? Or like something to get in there, you know?
There's so much I could say, but there are things that can't be said over Twitch even as a joke. So I shall keep them to myself.
Okay,
I'll
they're
say them
melee
after.
and healers.
We're just planning a siege.
But wait, why can't the melee chuck javelins?
They might have just bad decks.
They don't need good decks if there's like
Okay,
Five
they
of
can
them.
always do it, but... Okay, yeah, they can do it.
So, yeah, at that point we could also give them explosives as well, as long as they won't go bad just from contact with water.
Yeah, that's fine. Alright, well, let's leave the bomb.
Alright. Also, another question is, what kind of explosives do you guys make?
yes.
We can make a stack of grenades and just put them on a belt, kind of like something out of Chronicles. No, that one movie I haven't heard of because it doesn't exist.
Like, can I have stats on the grenades?
It's like
If
is it?
it's the pellet nades, it's 1d6 piercing, 1d6 bludgeoning, 1d6 fire. They're all separate instances of damage, apparently, based on how it's written. Because it doesn't say 3d6 of hybrid damage. It says 1d6 of 3 different types of damage.
That is incredibly weird, but okay.
I'm sure there's a way we could do like just a firebomb because we don't really need a big explosion for the distraction. We just need a lot of fire. Fuck it. You know what? No, pellet nades have fire. Heck it. Yeah. No. I don't know. What if we just set them on fire with a spell? I don't know. Thing is, you guys are asking us to plan an invasion, and anybody got any ideas?
Aside from needing lots of oil, and instead of using Burbkin to fly us 2 people in to get the door open initially, why don't I just fly Burbkin with a couple barrels of oil and ant haul and just, chuck fire aggressively?
Well, I do want to keep the gate intact because we're going to be occupying the city,
That's an assumption that the gate's intact in the first place.
Oh,
which we'll figure out after we set up the war camp and the scouting party investigates.
And remember, it's the army we want on that wall, and that army's in that one goblin.
So, if we can at least deduce the functionality of the gate, we can know what we need to do. If it's broken, we could just Hail Mary the gate. As long as we disable the archery. I can't imagine there's anyone from the research division that would willingly help, was there?
You can always ask.
Fuck it. If there's if anything, this could potentially produce results. Diplomacy.
All right, who are you gonna ask? You can only get in the front. You can only get in the front door.
Damn, I didn't even name it. Be careful at this.
So what you gonna do?
Can I have my familiar roll knowledge local to get an idea of who might be best to go to for this?
Sure. You're not entirely sure, but the only person that rings a bell is Baba the Blue Mage.
Baba.
That you've actually talked to before.
Yeah, I remember her. I remember them. Not sure what we could offer though. It's been so long. I'm having issues remembering. What do you guys think? Like, if we want to try and get Baba on our side, how should we approach it?
What do we know about Baba? We know Blue Mage. We know knowledge. Let's go. Let's just shake her hand.
It's saying go wing it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Well, I have no other better ideas, so yeah, let's go head up to Blue Mage and say they want to join our war army.
I mean, what could go wrong? They say no?
True.
And if they give us demands, give us somewhere to work. Something to work off of.
True. We could owe favors for later. Yeah, I know that we go see Baba.
Alright. You head over to see Baba.
Let's go.
Oh. Glad, where have you been? I've been wanting to ask you something.
Oh,
I was going to ask if you could craft a firearm.
yes I can.
I could have done that.
Oh. I didn't know.
We have multiple people here that can craft firearms.
Oh, now we got help.
Okay then, at some point... Okay then, let's just talk with Baba first. And then I'll mention what I want done.
Alright, you head over to Baba's place, and Right now, only Kieran is there.
Alright, Kieran. Have you seen Baba?
Are you here with a payment?
Not at the moment. We're actually here trying to recruit who we can to help with the with a war effort of a looming threat outside of academia.
I've not heard of any war threats outside of academia.
Fidil's going to just take the moment to explain their situation.
I mean, if the town has already fallen, then that's it, and that's said and done, isn't it?
Well,
Only to people who give up.
plus, if the guy keeps going, there's going to be a point where his army may start to outnumber Academia's, and we'd like to stop that before it gets close to happening.
Okay.
Yeah, we were recruiting who we can for the effort, and we're hoping to see if we can persuade Baba to join us.
Oh, Baba's not here right now.
No?
Nope.
Where did they go?
Baba went on a pilgrimage to see if he can get new abilities. Baba should be back within the next 5 months.
Oh,
Months.
damn.
That is poor timing.
Well, Baba is a nomadic person. He doesn't stay here
Really?
very long. He might stay here for about 2 months, and then he's off gathering research and spells.
I see.
Mhm.
I'd happily sell you my services.
Well, I guess I suppose in that case, what would it cost for you to provide your services during the potential during our war effort here?
1,000 a day, easy.
Oh. I knew he was a ripoff.
Easy, you say?
Maybe
Okay, well,
city.
thank you anyway. But I will have to decline your offer due to insufficient funds.
That's okay. I'll just put it on your balance.
Ooh, this is for the city.
No,
Nose goes, not it.
Not it.
not it.
Or what? What are we saying not it to?
So,
I don't know.
Fidel,
It's basically, she's like, you can go into debt if you want me to join your army. And I'm like, I don't think it's quite worth it.
Maybe the townsfolk will like to pay her, because they're the ones that she's going to be keeping alive. We
Exactly.
got 150 militants out there. I'm sure somebody can produce some coin for her.
Well, they're volunteers, so I can't imagine. We're not sure how willing they are to do that. I would say be part of the problems.
Can we start a fund to fund a white mage for the group? Can I do a diplomacy check this hunter to the group?
There's potentially another idea, though. I'm not sure how long it would even last past the first fight. There could be a lot of potentially healing out of Wand of Cure.
There you go. I think that's a good idea.
Actually, isn't there a fast healing spell for a first level?
I do not know.
I'm not on the right character for that.
I think regen is. I'm not too sure.
I think Regen works differently here than that. let's see. Okay, so regen is fast healing 2 for 4 rounds, so that's 8 HP.
Me.
By the way, it's getting pretty late for me. I think I'm gonna head to bed.
Okay.
But there's glory.
Have a good night.
Well,
You sleep well.
till next time.
Thank you.
Sweet. Okay, so a wand of regen is 8 HP, is guaranteed 8 HP, while a wand of cure is just 5. So
Assuming you roll decently.
yeah, that's assuming average. So a wand of regen, it would get us up to 400 HP worth of healing,
Reliably.
guaranteed. So for the so potentially, as long as someone has regen on their spell list, we could use that to dish out our after battle healing.
How much is a spell scroll so I can learn that? I got from her.
50 for a first level spell.
So, Mr. Fidel, do you wish to take my services?
No, thank you. I'll let you know if I reconsider at a later date.
Okay, just letting you know, you currently owe me, as a total, you currently owe 2,978 gil. I expect payment with this month. And she smiles.
I'll give you a nickel.
Alright, subtract 5 gil.
There's your payment for this month.
Wait, 2,900?
Yeah.
I thought 2,000 of that was Solomon's.
She doesn't
Because of
care,
the-
and she considers you guys as a group.
Okay.
I just realized something.
What's
What?
We're effectively paying off a debt for 2 people that aren't even here.
Yeah.
Can we just sell them instead?
That could be like where they disappeared to, as they had to go repair their debt to the mages.
Yeah, that is kind of a pain, actually.
Where'd they go? Yeah, they had to go wash dishes for a white mage somewhere. Oh, cut by fork. Rage.
Oh no.
Poor kitchen.
Trying to wash dishes, get your hand nicked by a knife, take 1 point of damage, and instantly rage and break the kitchen. God, imagine if a chef had a level or 2 of Berserker.
Yeah.
It'd be Gordon Ramsay, except instead of screaming at people, he's beheading them with their own knives.
What are you talking about? He's still fucking verbally reaming them people while actually reaming them.
Yeah, yeah.
He actually makes good on a lot of the threats he says.
Man. Now I'm hungry.
Alright. So. Handle that. Okay, so we at least have a couple plans of getting through the front door. Issue we have is that we don't have exactly a lot of range, guys. You know, I have a +5 using my rifle, so I could take up to the tops instead of leading the helping to lead the front lines. But I'm gonna be out of that role the second the gun misfires. If
You
that.
know what doesn't misfire? Crossbows.
Oh, I'm
True.
glad nobody has really said it, but it looks like I'm in charge of the ground assault because I'm pretty much the only one who can.
Well, they might listen to you
Exactly.
better anyway because of your position.
Not even that. It's the fact that like I know that I can take a hit, and some of these other people probably can't.
And we got the perfect signal for it too. If we go off of this plan, all you have to do is wait for smoke to start rising off of that one side. As soon as you see that smoke, you know they're gonna go for that. Wait for the guards to disappear off the wall, make your break for it, and by then we should have an army sitting on top of that gatehouse. Perfect. Foolproof.
I mean, it requires 2 sets of explosives, most likely. If we have them respond to the decoy, then once we know that they're over there, we wait probably a few more minutes, and then we blast our way in from the other side.
Glorious.
Alright, I just need to BRB, and then I guess we'll proceed at whatever Gil's pace is.
All right.
Yeah, without scouting, I can't think of anything more we can seriously do.
I accept scouting. Yeah. I agree.
And we're back. I think we're back. Guys?
Meh.
Hmm. Hello? Is there anybody out there?
So who's gonna be doing what first? You gotten all your ideas together?
If we could get some sort of scouting or some sort of eyes out there before the full force moves, that's ideal.
Alright.
Is there any checks we could do for that?
Yeah, that'd be Gunnerlocks flying in. The only problem is, who's gonna make me and my bird invisible so we can fly in undetected?
You'd probably be
bad.
moving your army out there first. And then probably being on the outside of town and then doing I'll let you decide whatever you're doing.
Quick, we need mass invis.
That ain't gonna happen, but we do have you as an outrider. If you outride and keep an eye out for any scouts so you can spot them before they spot us, that would certainly increase our chances of making it there.
Remember, it does take you 3 days to get out there.
3 days?
I mean, I can easily get out there and be on my own. That's not a problem.
As long as we don't get spotted by any other scouts, we should be okay. Well, see what you can see, and then we'll be nearby. So essentially try to maintain a ring around us, and we'll keep moving forward.
Okay. So who's gonna all move out there? Just Gunnylocks for now?
Yeah.
Alright. Takes you a few days to get out there.
Is there anything you would like me to roll specifically?
Okay, I'm back.
Perception for one.
Okay, I actually have one more question I wanted to ask.
Oh boy, I haven't rolled over a 10 so far.
Was the military
I'm back.
military willing to lend us any equipment or hand any under the table?
No.
Okay, figured I ask.
Probably not straight up equipment. I mean, you can probably convince them to give you like some funds.
Well, Gunnylocks, you get out there, and the city looks a little bit more different than you recognize.
Oh boy, different how? Different like, oh my god, destroyed?
More damaged. Yeah, you go out there and you can see the map, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You see the initial damage. A massive hole going into nowhere, into we're not sure where the river's running. Buildings decimated. Tons of humanoid monsters in the streets. With that, you can see some fortification along the walls. What appears to be archers and some what appears to be maybe 3 or 4 ballistas.
Well, they're clearly prepped for something.
Where?
You see a ballista here, 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 and here.
Pretty much on all the palisades.
Yeah, and you just see a pile of wood in these 4. Or a pile of metal, I should say.
We ignited the houses there.
Actually,
There.
not really ballista. They're more like heavy artillery machine guns.
Boy, that escalated.
Yeah, I forgot what era we were in for a second there.
If we got in close and set fire to the buildings at the base of it, that should give us a smoke cloud to be able to get us closer without getting totally lit up.
Only one person is there.
Oh shit, sorry.
Ow.
That's true.
Okay.
Gesundheit, way off in the distance. The press, what? Gunny locks,
I'm
what do
thinking.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
I'm contemplating on whether or not I should try to fly in and see if I can join them.
They're killing all the beastmen in the local area.
Yes, but if I agree to join them, yeah, I think big picture.
Alright.
There's a lot of ifs, but if it all works out,
It's a risky gambit, but we'll see if it pays off, Cotton.
While you're flying up here, you also notice some evil eyes flying about.
I know what those are. I don't know what they are in character, but I know what those are.
Yeah. Floating eyeballs. Flying eyeballs.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna see if I can't land near the front, near one of the front, or not land, but fly towards one of the main gates and see if I can get the attention of someone.
There's plenty of goblins down there. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna fly down, wave one of them, 1 or 5 down.
All right. Some of the goblins see you, and then they draw their weapons. What do you want?
I'm here to join the party.
We don't want your kind here. Only red goblins can join us.
But I thought it was fair game.
Only our leader decides who can join.
Well, if that's the case, take me to your leader.
Oh dear.
I bring a peace offering.
What's your peace offering?
Is it?
I swear to God.
And I hit my peace offering as I hand him one of my 15 rolls of duct tape. Shiny silver tape.
Hell is this?
Shiny
Also-
silver tape.
Also, make a will save.
I don't like the sound of will save.
Holy shit, you pass.
Silver tape. It's for fixing things. Looks like y'all could use some fortification fixes. Please take me to your leader. I would like to discuss this.
They said, we'll take you to our high command.
That's good enough for me. Let's
And
go.
And they take you to their high command, which is the hobgoblin.
Hello, sir. I bring peace offering. Holds out another roll of duct tape.
He looks at you, he looks at the duct tape.
I've come to fix.
He looks at the duct tape, opens it, gets stuck, starts waving his arms wildly about. Because now it's stuck on him.
Excellent. It's all going to plan.
And says, we don't take your kind here. Only the leader decides which groups to join. He doesn't take one on at a time. He says they could be traps.
But good sir, why would I come all this way if I didn't want to see you win?
We've already won. We've taken over many a town.
But you haven't won all of them. You may win the battles, but did you win the wars? The war is not done.
Our leader's words are law. You shall not see him. Bring your tribe if you wish to see him. Until then, leave
But
at
what if
once.
I'm the last of my kind? What if I'm the last of my tribe?
Then your tribe was weak, and so are you. Leave or be killed.
Where exactly would I be during this part?
Probably right here.
So open roof.
Yes.
Alright, well, if that's the case, I shall go. But I have a parting gift for you.
What?
I hop on Burpkin,
Oh my God.
I go yip yip and tell him to fly up some.
Where's this parting gift?
And I'm a
The
dump.
hobgoblin starts to run away. No, no parting gift.
It's okay. It's okay. I have the reach.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I flap that on before I fly off.
All right, you entangle
And
like
I make sure I go north, east
You
when I
enta-
fly off.
Okay, you entangle like 15 goblins and one hobgoblin.
You're weak. Flying away.
Okay, 14. I haven't
You
looked
take
at
a
their
50.
stats.
Rolls. Never mind. 14.
I didn't look at their stats.
But yes, I shall go relay.
Make a perception as you're going northeast.
Boy, I wish I could roll over a 5 tonight.
Okay, that's good.
Okay.
Eventually, you get back to town.
So, what are we working?
A bunch of xenophobic, clearly racist, redskins. They don't like us greenskins.
So, about what we expect.
Oh, also, it's all gone to hell, and they're gonna attack us on sight. Again.
Okay, that's to be expected. So they're definitely preparing for an assault, for an incoming assault, huh?
Just kind of shrugs. I asked to join. They wouldn't even attempt to let me talk. I threw vines at them. I flew away.
That might have been the one time I would have been happy if you used the bomb too.
I don't have any on me.
Okay. How did the gate look?
Kind of
Still-
broken.
Still standing.
Kind of broken.
Still standing. You didn't see that part.
Okay, so what do they have mounted on the palisades, if anything?
Large firearms.
That's
Very large firearms. You know, the kind that goes kaboom.
I'm surprised a ton was taken if they had those. Okay, so not only do we have to deal with the gates, but we also have to deal with mounted guns. How easily could we repair any damages to them?
Take a few days, maybe, but yeah.
I kind of want to be able to take them and use them against them immediately, but destroying them may make it easier for us to get in. There's also the prices associated with restoring them, too. Unless they have spare parts kicking around.
Maybe. If they took a fort like that, they'd have to be well armed, well maintained. I'd imagine. But, like,
So, I guess, okay, so we at least know our next step after we claim the gates is dealing with the mounted guns. As otherwise, we might risk people getting mowed down.
we can't have that. Either gotta find some way of screening us to save ourselves on the approach, or some way to take the.
If there's space for us to travel inside the wall, inside the actual walls they're based on themselves, we can invade the inner walls and come out to them from the inside out.
But we still gotta get the main troops in there somehow.
But we have a plan for that already, which we just go in. We send them in. We send those guys in to bring down the gates, and they send a signal for the main forces.
Okay.
Hopefully, depending on the angle, we could potentially get them in. Yes, what guns specifically were mounted on the palisades? Were they just mounted machine guns?
They looked like big, nasty guns. They looked fun to use.
Okay, but it looked like they were loading explosives.
I wouldn't say explosives per se,
Hmm.
but something close.
Because my worry is that there's some kind of mortar that would cause massive damage if that's the case.
We could start from one side and work our way around the walls. Like, we start on either the top left or the top right. The way the palisades were set up, we'd be able to take the tower and the machine gun, and be able to use the machine gun to support the approach onto the next turret, and then continue to move along the wall. And not even, but then we'd have to find a way to get the main force onto the wall.
Well, presuming we take over the palisades, there should be no problem for us to maneuver over to the gate to the gate we're closest to.
Okay.
It's just what the hell is the range increment on the other guns? That is the question.
Oh, well, I'm getting tired. Planning this assault is... I like the smokescreen idea for this machine gun turrets. That would be able to help us get close if we can get those lit up. But
Yeah.
can we even do that before we get lit up ourselves? Shoot.
To be honest, I'm not sure.
I assume even if we drop smokes from high above, it would still be a problem. Man, war sure is hard.
Thing is, there's just so many variables that come into play with it.
So many things you have to prepare for.
Yeah.
But one thing we can count on is that they're going to be ready. I don't know if they're going to be counting on us being prepared for them, though. That's why I like the feint idea. We set up that fire, then that lights up, and then that would give us cover. And the thing is, okay, just like we were describing, we set that initial fire, they get distracted, they go over there, then we have the main forces go up, set the other fire next to the wall before the machine gun lights up while they're still distracted on the first one. Then the main body is able to move in. At that point, both fires are lit, machine gun turrets visuals are shut down, we'll be able to get to the main gatehouse, and hopefully by that point we should have the little army on top too.
Another thing we could consider is that maybe we could set up a sniper team to take out the guys on the mounted guns.
We could use the mountain that the city itself is built in to help with that. Drop a little goblin or something up there with a rifle in the hills, pop them off from a mile away. And it'd be from behind them too. They'd never see it coming.
Yeah, you said we had an assortment of ranged troops, right? What are they armed with?
Rifles.
Rifles? Okay.
Pew pew McShooty time.
Let's see, how much does it good... Let's see. Is it safe to assume that they have scopes on them?
No.
No?
Where can we put those troops for them to be the most effective? Ideally, I would want them on their walls, killing their troops inside of their castle while they try to reinforce. Ideally. But I don't think we're going to be able to keep them in reserves that long.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep what in reserves for that long?
The ranged troops.
Hmm.
I don't know.
We have to make sure our range troop is able to take them out quickly. Or at least we just need to get them to fire out enough lead to scare away whoever the hell's on top, so we can make sure we can get the infiltration team in to lower the gate, and then they can provide covering fire for our troops going in.
Got you. How many? We get. Okay. And that gets them right where they want to be, and they will be supported by the Goblin army, the summoning guy.
I am with them though that it is getting fairly late too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the more people we got for something like this, the better.
sure.
It's just now we're gonna have to wait 2 weeks for this idea to fade. But that's what makes it.
All right. We will pick up in 2 weeks then.